Hello and welcome back to Turn 7. In this series we want to take a look at the different models of Caterhams and how they compare to models that should be their equivalent dating back over time. Now obviously comparing them isn't always the easiest thing to do. In an ideal world you'd probably race them against each other. If only we could find a safe place in which to see how they stack up. Today we're looking at the Sigma engine, which is a 1.6 litre power plant provided by Ford. Caterham have used this engine since 2007 and used it right the way through to 2023. Now there were two versions of that engine, the original from 2007 to around 2014. Here on my right is the 1.6 Ford Sigma Super Sport engine with 140 brake horsepower. On my left is the more modern VCT version of the Sigma engine, which produced 152 brake horsepower. So naturally you'd assume that this car's going to be faster. This one also has a 6-speed close ratio gearbox, where the Super Sport on my right was quite famous for having its 5-speed box with short ratio limited slip differential. I have to say, I don't think it's as clear cut as it sounds, and I'm absolutely fascinated to see which one of these two is going to get to the end of our strip first. But to do that, I'm going to need a second pair of hands. So for that, I've enlisted the help of my racing driver father, Jim.
Hi Cal, I fully understand what we're doing here with these two, but what is this?
Okay. If I'm honest, this is me having a little bit of fun. What I've brought along here is a 1.6 litre K-Series Super Sport, which has 135 brake horsepower and again a 6-speed close ratio gearbox. This one doesn't have a limited slip differential where these two do. It's effectively the same model but from a different era, this one dating back to 1997, and I really just wanted to see how it would stack up against these two. But for that I'm going to need another pair of hands. Mark, fancy a drive? So I'm in the 310R, which means I should win, I think. We'll find out in a minute.
3, 2, 1.
Glorious victory for the 310R. Glorious!
I got a terrible start, terrible start.
Okay, as before. 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, he's got me! Oh, he's got me on the line, I'm getting him! Oh, I'm getting him now! And the 310 wins again! Woohoo! Oh, that K-Series was quick away! That was proper racing driver's reactions. You wouldn't believe he's 70 this year, and look at that! What a lunatic. Anyway, that's 2-0 to the 310R, so maybe Caterham's power figures are right after all. I'm good, are you good? Arm up, let's go.
Okay, gentlemen. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, he's done us again! Oh, he gets more! Oh, it's really close! But I edged it again! Oh, yes! Oh, it was so close! That was so close! That was so close! Well, I have to say, I think that was really interesting. They were all so evenly matched. But as Caterham predicted, their more powerful car won. How does that performance stack up in the more conventional world of sports cars? How does this 1.6 litre Caterham fare against, say, this 3.2 litre Porsche Boxster S? Let's find out. Next to me is my father Jim in a Porsche Boxster S, which has 270 brake horsepower and some sort of aerodynamic efficiency, which this Caterham does not have. Theoretically, this should be pretty close. I reckon I'll have him off the line and he'll come back at us. But let's see what happens.
You ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
interesting. Just showing how Caterhams compare to other sports cars that we're all far more used to seeing on the roads. And over a run that short, it's all about power to weight ratio because the aerodynamics don't have much of a chance to come into effect. So we've created a visual for you to try and make it a bit more obvious how a Caterham will stack up compared to that normal sports car world. And as you can see, along the bottom, we've created our brake horsepower per tonne with something crazy like a Pagani Huayra over here right at the far end at 541 brake horsepower per tonne. But we also want to look at where Caterhams stack up against each other in terms of their own weight. So something as light as a Grand Piano, say, and some as heavy as your average British cow. So you can see we've got a couple of markers on the board already. Now these were the cars that Ben drove in one of our earlier videos, so those have just been dropped in. And now we're going to have a look and see where the three cars that we just took out on the drag strip are in comparison to these. So we've got our Road Sport 140, our 310R, and the lightweight Superlight there. I think that's really interesting. So when you see it like this, you start to realise why the 310R made mincemeat of the Boxster S we compared it against. So the 310R with its 152 horsepower, weighing in at 535 kilos, is about 282 brake horsepower per tonne. The Boxster we compared it to, when you add that up, was 208 brake horsepower per tonne, which would have been way over here somewhere, hence the massive speed differential. Now, over our coming series, we're going to piece together this board, adding in as many of the different Caterham models as we can. So if you've got some that you'd like us to review particularly, then do drop it in the comments below and we'll see if we can get to those first. But stick with us and we should be able to paint you a pretty interesting picture. But for now, that's the end of another Turn 7 episode and we'll see you again next time.